Cause you about to be an ATLien.
Now, look. Y'all know I got every season. If you go on straightfromtha.com, okay, and you want to read recaps of the old episodes, child, they are on straightfromtha.com. And here it is. Look, Straight from the A was featured on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 4, episode 10. This when Phaedra and Kandi was friends, so you know that was a long goddamn time ago. Okay, I keep the receipts. I keep the receipts. I am the queen of receipts. Can't nobody take it from me. Okay. But look. Whose mugshot was on the Blackberry? Whose mugshot was on the Blackberry? Okay. I was the one who leaked the information about Marlo being an ex-con. Okay, it was a running joke on my website the entire time because I was calling Marlo mugshot Marlo. Okay, and okay, Marlo even sent me a cease and desist, child. Don't let me pull that up. Hold on, let me pull it up. Check it out, find it. Here it is, right here. Hold on. Marlo's attorneys want you to know this was a long time ago, and as you know, Marlo wanted me to give her a public apology, and I gave her one. I want y'all to hear this public apology. Oh, I love the archives. Okay. So Marlo's Hampton's attorneys wants y'all to know. This is my public apology, child. This was written January 12th, January 19th, 2012. Okay. Look. You see all the mugshots I had put up of Marlo? I had added them to this, okay, because you know I post attorney letters. So Marlo had paid this attorney to send me this letter. Okay. And I'm still waiting on the lawsuit. This 2012, we in 2023. It is no lawsuit anyway. Straight from the A from Marlo Hampton. Okay, we are litigation counsel to Marlo Hampton. We are writing regarding the outrageous statements published by you. Many of them are false. They invade my client's privacy. They are defamatory and they constitute public revelation of private facts. What is public revelation of private facts when you are a public figure? But I'm digressing. It says they also give rise to substantial liability. Publication of an appropriate retraction and apology is demanded. In addition to your immediate ceasing and desisting from this conduct, each of the following are incorrect. That Marlo slashed a girl's face open with a razor or some other sharp object in an argument over a man. They was real specific. It might not have been an argument over a man, but she definitely slashed the girl's face open. Okay. I don't know if it was a razor. It might have been a knife, but she definitely slashed the girl's face open. Then it said Marlo didn't think there was a chance in hell she'd be convicted on the charge. Like, how you gonna tell me what Marlo thought? I don't know what Marlo thought. Anyway, it said that Marlo allegedly said something about cutting a bitch or fighting a bitch, or that Marlo is shady. So they were gonna sue me for saying that Marlo was shady. Yeah, you know, me and my attorney laughed at this letter, of course. But anyway, of course, you would have been informed of the true facts had you checked with my client or her representatives. Not surprisingly, you did not. So, as you were not interested in learning the truth, but rather in publishing and spreading attention grabbing lies. The despicable lies about my client are spread by the web and in private. You will be held responsible for the harm to my client's reputation. Now, here we are in 2023, and Marlo, didn't Kandi just say Marlo slashed the girl face? And Marlo said, she talked about something that happened 10 years ago. So Marlo didn't verify it happened, but we already knew that. But I'm digressing. Okay. So anyway, they go the letter. It's on the internet, but here's my here's my apology. I want to be big while I read this to you. Okay. I want to be big while I read this. Dear Marlo Patrice Hampton, I'm sorry I jumped the gun and announced that you would be the newest Real Housewives of Atlanta way before Bravo made the decision not to make you an official housewife. I apologize for spilling the beans regarding your extensive criminal past by posting the 7 Florida mugshots that we know of that anyone can find over at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department. I'm sorry for posting your hard knocks life story that you sent over to explain why you thought it would be a good idea to carry a concealed weapon to a Florida nightclub and cause bodily harm to a woman you claim was your friend. You know, she sent me a letter and I posted it, but I get that too. I apologize for revealing the truth about your relationship with Charles Grant months before you admitted y'all weren't together. I'm sorry that someone used a Gmail address registered in your name to threaten me online. I apologize that you were locked up so many times and am saddened by the fact that your rap sheet may prevent you from ever becoming a law enforcement official. I apologize for never signing a confidentiality agreement with your attorneys. And last but not least, I'm sorry for not kissing your ass like that other blogger and drooling over your designer duds. So again, Marlo Hampton, for all those things, I apologize. But unless I receive a cease and desist from the family of the victim who committed suicide years after you were found guilty of and served time for that brutal aggravated battery with great bodily harm charge, then my posts stand as is. I'm sorry. Also, I've been asked by Marlo's attorneys to publish her press release on the slashing incident, which I already did days before they emailed their letter. And it's right there too. So in conclusion, I sincerely apologize to the entire world for posting any quote unquote misstatements that may have made Marlo P. Hampton's irrelevant as relevant. Gee, some of you shady bitches are so effing ungrateful. Slams MacBook. And then my Twitter said, and the moral of this story is all you need is a nice car and couture and people will kiss your ass and think you're a great person. The end. Okay, the end. Yes, the girl offed herself. Yes, and the family sent me a letter about it. Okay, and we can go into the archives. Okay, first let me read Marlo's statement about the slashing. So y'all, you know, I gotta cover all my bases. This is Marlo's statement. Okay. Marlo said in her official statement, this was in January 2012. I am shocked and saddened to hear of the recent distortions of events and false accusations. I need to get my Marlo voice. Hold on. And false accusations disseminated over an altercation I was involved in a dozen years ago. It had been my preference, out of respect for the person involved as well as her family, not to speak about this incident publicly, but the recklessness with which the story is being manipulated has forced me to come forward. I was in my early 20s, and what took place started out as an argument with someone who was once my friend over the phone. In the first incident, I was ambushed at my house and badly beaten. Though the charges were initially filed, those charges were later dropped, and I filed a restraining order. As disturbing as the carrying of a weapon may seem, it was quite common in the environment in which I was raised. And not only I, but also the person involved in the altercation had each brought weapons to protect ourselves. There was a confrontation. Her knife dropped. Mine did not. This is Marlo, honey. Nene's Kim's name's on the list. Nene's isn't. Her knife dropped. Mine didn't. Okay. And then I said, hold up. Y'all had a knife fight. Where they do that at? Okay. The attorney said that wasn't true. The attorney said that didn't happen. Okay. Anyway, Marlo said in her letter, I was arrested and convicted of aggravated battery, for which I served 6 months in jail. What is so disturbing about the false reports now circulating is that it was she, my friend, who appeared in court on my behalf and fought to reduce my sentence. Like many people, I was deeply saddened by her untimely death 6 years later and shocked at the recent attempts to connect me to it. Ultimately, it does disservice to her and her family to guess and draw conclusions as to her state of mind when she committed suicide. Those reasons are obviously personal and painful to do, not deserve to be speculated on for the purpose of entertainment or drawing viewers to your site. She and her family remain in my prayers. My attorneys will be sending a cease and desist letter with a retraction for a with a request for a retraction. The retraction never came. Okay, the retraction never came, and the retraction didn't come because the family of Marlo's deceased victim actually reached out to me. He said it sounded like Marlo. Oh no, I am the queen of receipts. All of this is on straightfromtheA.com. Okay, straightfromtheA.com. This was written January 8th, 2012. The family of Marlo Hampton's deceased victim wants you to know. There's Marlo's mugshot. Okay. I was first to bring her to your attention and honestly excited about I was first to bring Marlo to your attention and I was excited about the prospect of Nene Leakes having a real art nemesis, but sadly it wasn't meant to be as she won't be an official part of the cast. I know I've been hinting about the tea I got on Marlo and thank you guys for being so patient. Here's the tea, so take a long sip, okay? Hold on. Here's the so this is what Marlo has said. People act like they don't have a past. I've had problems in my life. I've had a couple of run-ins with the law, blah, 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 blah. And so here is what the people have sent me. Okay. My name is blank. I, I removed her name. The young lady that Marlo slaughtered was my sister. My sister's son and my family does not have any ill feelings towards Marlo. That's between her and God. All we ask is for her not to refer to my sister as a bitch. I even mention her name because she passed away. We wish her luck in her career. Okay. As y'all know, Marlo's initial arrest was in 1998 for the aggravated battery charge. Marlo slashed the girl's face, and the girl ended up committing suicide because, she didn't. Yeah, here it is right here. Hold on. Here go the whole story. In 2005, 6 years after Marlo viciously disfigured her face, the 33-year-old Florida woman chose to leave her son behind and committed suicide by jumping off of a Florida bridge. Okay, somebody said, I received a call stating she had jumped to her death. She was a beautiful, strong minded young woman who leaves behind a son. We will never honestly know what drove her to this decision or what drove her to that moment of desperation. We do know that she left behind fun loving memories. Like I said in my post, while it is will never be clear what drove the young mother to take her own life, one thing's for sure, having her face scarred for life definitely didn't help. I'm sure there will be inquiries about the victim's identity after this post. However, I personally chose not to include her name or even though it's public record. This is all about Marlo and her shadiness, and while I understand how Bravo could be held legally accountable if she were to fight it out again on camera. So this was way back then. So, Marlo has cleaned up her act. Okay, Marlo don't carry razor blades around no more, and she ain't been slashing nobody's face. And there's that. Okay, so again, the girl was disfigured, as Marlo said. She didn't, you know, do it on purpose. So not they both was fighting. That's what Marlo said. The girl ain't here to tell her story. That's all I know. So there's that. So Kandi bringing up 10-year-old T. Is it T? It's T, but we talked about it 10 years ago. But Kandi still needs to be held accountable for the pow pow over at the Blaze and at the OLG. Not just one restaurant, too. And for Kandi to be like, oh, and that happens all the time at Atlanta restaurants, it doesn't. So moving on from that. Okay. Moving on from that, you said she should be still be in jail. Child, she was in jail for a long time. She was in jail for a long time. I think you know, they both was fighting. The girl wasn't, DEAD after the fight. So there's that. And then all her other arrests that came after that, that's why she got like 7, 8 mugshots or whatever, was because of probation violations. Once black people get in the system, they keep you there no matter how small your charge. You could have got the fight when you was 18 years old. The fight is over, the damage is done, and they keep you in the system over and over and over again. So I'm not gonna blame Marlo for that. The girl, died 6 years after the incident. So, there's that. Now, moving on. You said, how was she able to get her nephew? Because she didn't serve her time, child. She served her time. There's that. You said moving. You said Michelle focused on Marlo too much. proves Kandi's point and is a distraction from her restaurant shootings. Well, I mean, we talked about her restaurant shootings. How many times you want us to talk about it? I spent an hour on Kandi's restaurant shootings the other night. Okay. The cousin being pow by the employee, that's an issue that they're still going through. That happened at Blaze. And then a few years before that, the OLG in East Point getting shot up in front. And they say that a little 12-year-old boy caught a stray bullet and is still going through things. So listen, Kandi got a lot of stuff going on. And her stuff is now. Marlo's stuff is 20 years ago. So I mean, you tell me, like, we dealing with now. The reality show is reality, and yes, Marlo should perhaps talk about it, but like she said, out of respect for the girl's family and all that, she chooses not to, and that's her right. Now, Kandi, on the other hand, she got a business that's still in business, that's still today, so I think that she needs to talk about it. Yes, look it up. Look it up. Did you know that Kandi is being sued for the 2020 shooting? Okay. I had heard that, but I didn't dig into it. But I did hear that. Yeah, it was about the little boy, wasn't it? Radiance. So she don't want to talk about it because she involved in all these lawsuits. Child, her cousin probably sue her next. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about tonight's topics. I ran my mouth a little too long. Okay, I give y'all a little 20 minutes of chatter. We talked about Marlo's past. Okay. Why y'all ain't hit that like button? Yes, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay.